Hey everyone, welcome. How is everybody today? Hi Cheryl, how are you? So I created a poll. Should we continue our playthrough or create a new game for beginners to see? Because there are so many people out there that are just starting the game and or at the beginning stages of the game that have so many questions. So I kind of thought, well, maybe it'd be kind of cool to start a new game for our live stream today, just so that they can see what all you need to do. Go through the tutorial and maybe answer some of the questions that they're having by watching this. So I thought that might be kind of fun to do. We'll just leave the poll up for a couple minutes here before we start and just see what everybody thinks. So far, everybody's kind of going towards a new game, which I kind of like. I always think it's kind of fun to start a new game anyway. The nice thing is you can have more than one save game on this file, so on this game, so might be kind of fun to do, you know? So let's just give it another minute or so, and then we'll get started. I hope you're doing well, Cheryl. I hope everybody watching is having a good day so far. I might try to keep the stream at like right about 2 hours today, only because I have a couple of errands to run today, and I have my football game that starts a little bit later too. It looks like new game is winning so far. So yeah, I just think that might be kind of fun to do for those that are just getting into it or trying to figure out some stuff, you know. It's still fairly new for everybody. So how's my audio? Oh, Sherry. Okay, you're going to have to remind me of that, Sherry, because your name says Cheryl, so I'm sure I will forget. And I apologize if I do. I'm not really good with names, so if it doesn't say it on your profile, then I may forget. So I apologize if I do. But yeah, looks like new game is starting pretty good. Hi, Midnight Aura. Can I just call you Aura? And am I saying that correctly? From Scotland. That is awesome. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much from you. I love this game. Hi, Jean. How are you? Hi, Pam. Yay, you made it to a stream. Woohoo! Happy to see you. Welcome in, everybody. I just think you guys are awesome for joining me today on this stream. The more the merrier, and I'm really having so much fun. I've only done a few live streams, but I'm having so much fun with them. So yeah. Hey, Suzanne, how are you? Welcome in. You want to see me use the fertilizer? You know, I am so bad about using the fertilizer, I'm not going to lie. I always forget to use. I crafted a bunch of them, and I always forget to use them. I'm not even kidding. I think in just about every farming game I've played, when I get to where I unlock fertilizer, I'll just make a bunch, and then I forget to use them every time. I'm so terrible about that. So so we don't take up too much time starting the game, I think we're going to go ahead and create a new game because it looks like that's the popular opinion right now, even though we don't have a ton of people. But I really think that's going to benefit a lot of people. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and end that poll. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. I keep picking up the wrong controller. I'm not even kidding. You forget to use the fertilizer too? Oh my gosh, so do I. Hi, Pam from the Netherlands. Yay, I am so glad you made it. Okay, so we are gonna, almost forgot how to start a new game. That's gotta be an old game. Okay, I guess we're gonna start a new game. Here we go. You finally made one, Sherry. Yeah, it's like, okay, so we're gonna go through the customization pretty quickly, so we don't spend a lot of time on it. You know, sadly, there's only a few haircuts that I really like. I use this one a lot. Excuse me, just because I'm a ponytail kind of person. So I think maybe we'll go with that one. My favorite is still the curly-haired gal. But we already have that in our original playthrough, so I kind of don't want to use that again. I'm kind of pale, but not 100% pale, so we'll just go there. I do have green eyes, so we're going to go green this time for fun. My hair color is blonde. So we will do blonde. I do love a little bit of purple highlights. Why am I so bad at this on the with the controller? We don't want freckles. We don't need freckles. How do I do the custom? Man, it's been so long since I started my first playthrough on Switch that I'm a little lost here. I mean, I can see how to do that, but I forget how you go over to... Oh, you hit Y. Okay, never mind. But I wanted to hit Y on here. I feel like I'm going back and forth. Okay, here we go. So I'm trying to remember how to create purple. Do I want to go... Is it green? Green and red make purple. I'm trying to remember my colors. Isn't that sad? Do we do blue? Well, that's kind of more pink. Maybe we go over to the red a little bit more. Oh, that's kind of really making it more pink, isn't it? Ah, there we go. So there's our purple. Okay. If you don't know, purple is my favorite color. So, hi, Bree. How are you? Oh, from Canada. Welcome in. You did just start Hokko Life. That is so awesome. You want a free copy of this game, Ara? Oh, that is so cool. Well, congrats on that. Okay, so I think we're gonna. I think that's about as purple as we're gonna be able to go. So let's just get started. Yay! We did it. Is it your favorite color too, Sherry? That is so awesome. I knew I liked you for a reason. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, here we go. We're starting a new gameplay. Well, it's not, I'm probably not going to do episodes on this, you guys. This is just for the live stream. So this is just for people who are starting out, people who maybe have gotten a little bit into it, but not too far, and they're kind of stuck, or they just have a lot of questions. You know. So yeah, we're just going to get started, and there's our fallen tree. So let's go into the inn. Yeah, Ara. Oh, really? Oh, well, now you know how to do it. Welcome, welcome. Well, looks like it's still raining out there. I take a seat, relax a bit. Okay. Some people have a hard time even figuring out how to sit at the beginning. You just go mainly over to this chair or the one next to it, and it'll tell you you can sit. Perhaps a hot drink to warm you up. Oh, I'm a coffee person. Give me that coffee, girl. Just a moment. Well, well, it's not every day we see a new face in town. I hope your journey wasn't too wet. We really have had some terrible weather lately. You're not wrong there. I don't suppose you brought some sunshine with you on your trip here. Ha ha. Moss is just so funny. He always is cracking himself up, right? Here you go, my dear. I'm Oma, by the way. This is Moss. It's lovely to see a new face in town. What's your name, dearie? Okay, so we don't want to make it Riley because I already have a file that's Riley. But I do want to have Riley in it. And by the way, for those of you to know, my real name is Vicky. I go off of Riley KS. I have for years in so many different aspects on games. So that's why I ended up creating my channel, Riley KS Gaming. The Riley is after one of my dogs that I had for years when I was single and even after I got married. Still think of her very, very fondly. And the KS is for Kansas because I'm in Kansas. Alright, does this game have an end game, like you get to a certain point and it's game over? You know, I had somebody ask me that in a comment recently. And hi Delta, welcome. I'm so glad you made it. So let's talk about, does it have an end game? I mean, kinda, but not really. Once you unlock all the mayor merits, I mean, you kind of don't have anything else to unlock. So you've pretty much completed the game as far as that's concerned. But then you want to catch all the butterflies. You want to catch all the fish and fill up your entire pedia. So really kind of after that, there's not really, I'm sure the villagers might ask you still for requests and stuff and things to do. But other than that, they're still buying stuff in the seasonal stores and stuff like that. And when they get the connection issue finished, there's still, once you're able to download stuff from creators, there's still a lot of decorating you can do. You'd also have to complete all the artifacts on the desert island and all that. So, I mean, I guess after that it would kind of end. Unless you still have more decorating you want to do, or just, you know, you could kind of start over a new game after that if you wanted to, and then just go through it again. But I think to get to that point, as far as unlocking everything, catching everything, getting all the artifacts, I think that's going to take a really long time. Now, mind you, I'm not the best person to ask because I only play when I record. So I don't really play as often as probably you guys are. So you guys might be able to do that stuff a little bit more fast than me. Oh, Gene, that's so funny. And it's spelled the same as mine. Mine is just with an I on the end. That is awesome. Oh, are you? You do that in Animal Crossing too? Yeah, I came up with this years ago. I mean, literally years ago. Yeah, a lot of people are still having that problem, Sherry, with uploading designs or even being able to download a design. So, I mean, you know, they are still working on it. I just saw that again today. They are still working on it. It's such a complex thing for them to try to figure out what is causing the issue for them to be able to fix it. That's why it's taking so long, you guys. You're not even past spring year one, or I get you. I get you. So I can't even fathom, um, them trying to figure out the reason, and being able to fix that. Plus, it's one developer of the game, and then that person is working with three developers that actually work on console that have to update stuff, when the developer fixes stuff. So it's like a very small team, but there's really only one developer. And I think the console developers are trying to help the actual developer, figure this out. So there is a small team looking into it. But yeah, I can't even imagine what that is taking to be able to fix this, and trying to figure out what's causing it 100%. And then when you fix that, then you have to be careful that you don't break other things. It's just really complex. Okay, so for the game, we're going to go with Riley KS, just because I already have a Riley and I don't want to get them confused. Um, because I will. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Oh, Riley KS. What a lovely name. I may just say Riley when I talk. Um, Pleased to meet you, Riley. I don't suppose you've sorted out somewhere to stay tonight. Not really. Oh, don't be silly. They can stay here. I've got an old room. Guys, hold on for me just a second. My sister's calling. I'll just be a second. I'm so sorry, guys. My brother-in-law just passed away this morning. I'm sorry. I just have to take a minute. He had a very rare pulmonary disease, and he He's been on oxygen for, I don't know, better part of 5 years. And it was a very rare case of it. And when they first diagnosed him, they gave him a 3 to 5 year life expectancy. And it's been right around 5 years since he was diagnosed. And my sister had called me last weekend and told me that they had put him on hospice care at the house. And he was on more oxygen than he'd been on, and they had set up a hospital bed for him in their family room where the TV was, and so we knew it was probably coming soon because of that. He'd been in hospice care for maybe 2 weeks. And she just called to tell me he passed away this morning. So, I'm so sorry. It's just going to take me a minute to, you know when stuff like that is coming, and then you think you're kind of prepared for it, but you're not when it happens. It's still, and I feel so bad for her. So, just give me just a moment. Excuse me, I'm going to blow my nose, so I'm going to turn off the mic for a minute. Oh, thank you guys so much. I appreciate. I'm so sorry this happened during the live stream, but my sister and I have not been real close for a long time. She's just real busy. I'm real busy, and even though we live in the same town, we live on opposite ends of the town, and so with everything we both have going on, we don't get to really see each other or talk that much, and. Excuse me. She when she called me last weekend to tell me they had put him on a hospice care, I knew when she called that something was probably not good with him, because I knew that would probably be the only reason she would call me, because she doesn't really call me very often. So when she called just now, I just knew in my heart that he had passed away, and he did. So, but it's like I told her, and she agreed. She was there. He was cognizant almost up to the time when he passed away, and they were holding hands, and so they were together, just the two of them, when he passed. And it's like I told her, the only good thing is that he wasn't in hospice but a couple weeks. And, it's a good thing that it wasn't prolonged, because it was the inevitable. And sometimes that can be a blessing, So she agreed, and she said, yeah, I agree with that, but I just really wasn't ready to let him go. And I totally can understand that. So, excuse me, let me take a drink. So, yeah. And then she was telling me about the funeral arrangements and when everything was kind of, what she's planning for everything to happen. She's actually, in the last couple of weeks, been working on his funeral, getting everything kind of ready, going through pictures and all that stuff, and really trying to get prepared, because she knew it was going to be soon. But I think I'm one of the first calls that she made, which I appreciated. She said she had a lot more calls to make, but she wanted me to know. So anyway, wow. Whew, that's just not a good way to start a live stream, is it? But I appreciate you guys being here with me for that. Wow. All right. So let's get going on this. See, I went through this with my mom. My mom lived with us for 4 years after my dad passed away, and she actually passed away in my house, and we moved that same year. She passed away at the beginning of the year, and we found another house and moved out by the end of the year. And I was really thankful because it was very hard for me to be in that house after she passed away. I kind of felt like she was still there, kind of in a good way, but kind of not, so it was just so hard to go through, and to have her presence so thick in that house. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, Aura. So yeah, I've been through it. I had a hospice in my house with her till the end, and they are a wonderful group of people. I can't say enough about them. Okay, so let's go on with the game. Maybe it'll help get my mind off of everything here for a little bit. So, Alma, oh, don't be silly. They can stay here. I've got an old room upstairs. Might be a bit dusty, but, well, a little dust never hurt anyway, eh? I'm sure the spiders would enjoy the company. Haha. That's not even funny because I, don't like spiders at all. Shush, you. It's not that bad. Ignore Moss now. Ha ha ha. It's lovely, I'm sure. Yeah, okay. Now then, how come you ended up here then? I wanted to change, I really fell asleep, but I wanted to change. Oh, Cheryl, spiders are the worst, are they not? Sherry, I'm so sorry. See, I already screwed up your name. Oh, lovely. Well, a change of scenery is good once in a while, I say. Aye, that's true. It's very much a slower pace of life here. Suits me just fine. Moss here runs a store across the street. It's not much, but I like to think it's got everything one could need. I moved out of my bedroom when I discovered a spider in my room. Oh my gosh, Hara. I don't think I've ever gone to that point, but when I was younger growing up, I would scream bloody murder for my mom to come up and kill the spider if there was one in my room. And now I just ask my husband to get it. My oldest son is the same way about spiders. It's so funny. It's not much, but I like to think it's got everything one could need. Oh, that reminds me, Moss. I need to sort out some new roof tiles. A flue blew off last night in the storm. Oh, I'm sure I've got something lying around that'll do the job. Wonderful. Oh my, listen to us chattering on about this and that. It can't be very interesting for you at all, my dear. Ha ha ha. I'm sure they're just happy to get in out of the rain, aren't you, young'un? Oh, yes. Ha ha ha. Well, now, I think I need to be heading off. Aye, it's getting late. I'll be shutting up soon, too, I reckon. You can head on up when you're ready, Riley. Your room is just upstairs through the door back there. Thank you. I'm sure I'll speak to you again tomorrow, Riley. MJ, hey, sweetie, how are you? Good to see you. But until then, sleep well. All right. So let's go upstairs and, if I can get through the door, I just don't do a whole lot, on that first day. It's just telling you can sleep with, by interacting with beds. Beds allow you to take a nap for a few hours or sleep until the following day. It's getting late, so this time you'll automatically sleep until tomorrow. Okay. So one of the first things I'm going to do... Oh, you can't move anything yet. I forgot. Well, we won't do that yet then. Okay, so let's go start our new day. We'll see what's going on here. Morning. How'd you sleep? Okay. Lovely. It looks like you brought the nice weather with you, my dear. It's lovely sunny day out there. Moss even managed to clear the fallen tree, too. So now you can go and explore the rest of the village if you like. You actually could make a table and save it. Way to go, MJ. I'm so happy for you. I love that you were able to do that. I know. I feel like the connection issues are kind of a hit and miss. So, just keep trying. I know it's frustrating, but, hopefully eventually you'll be able to do some stuff. Interesting fact. When I first played this game on Steam when it was in early access, and I started it mid-May when I started my channel. It was the first game I believe I ever recorded and uploaded to my channel. Before they made a bunch of updates before I was able to even play it, you had to clear the fallen tree yourself, and now Moss does it for you. So that's kind of an interesting change, right? So you can explore the rest of the village if you like. I'm sure you're dying to meet the other villagers, and I'll bet they'll be happy to see a new face. By the way, you're welcome to stay here as long as you need. You can probably tell, but I don't get many guests, so I won't be needing the room back just yet. Thank you. You're very welcome, my dear. Anyway, just head along the path north if you'd like to see the rest of town. So I kind of feel like Oma is kind of like a motherly type. Like she's one to take care of everybody. That's kind of how I feel about Oma. And that's why I like her so much, Okay, so I guess we're going to go see the rest. I keep wanting to sprint, and I don't have sprint unlocked yet. I've also noticed some stuff when the game released. Excuse me. So many things unlock faster than they used to before the game was released. Poa is one of my first villagers. I love Poa. Oh, wow. Hey, a new face in town. Amazing. Can I ask you for a favor? Sure. Great, thank you. So, yeah. My red scarf blew away. The wind was super strong, and the next thing I knew, my scarf was carried away. And it's so funny because if you look over to the right of my head, you can see the scarf. I'm just saying. Can you help me find it? Of course. Amazing. That's so great. Thank you. You are welcome, my friend. So let's go get the scarf. Okay. Let's go back and talk to Poa. I love Poa. Hey, how's it going? Solved the mystery of the missing scarf? I have. What? Incredible. Thank you so much. I'm sure your scarf hunting skills will come in handy again someday. Oh, I'm sure they will. You love Oma too, or so do I. And she gets so excited, like at the beginning of the game, she's excited about everything. Now, what was I up to before all this? I don't know. So the first thing I kind of want to do is I'm going to look at our layout. The layout changes every time you start a new game. You uploaded the table too? MJ, that's awesome. If we get to the point where we can unlock City Center, we'll have to go in and look since we're playing a new game so people can see how everything starts. But once we unlock that, we'll go look. And I got the little waterfall again, which I absolutely think is so cool. I love the little waterfall. And not everybody gets the waterfall in their game. So the layouts are different every time. And, I know there's so many layouts in Animal Crossing. Look at all this room over here. I am kind of loving that. In Animal Crossing, there's, I don't know how many layouts there are. But I know there's only a specific amount. You guys, ever since I've been playing this game and every time I start a new one, especially when it was in early access, I did that a lot just for fun. I don't think I've ever seen the same layout more than once. I mean, you don't get to pick the layout, it's just randomly selected for you. But I don't think I've ever seen the same layout twice when I've created them. Not that I've created a million of them, mind you. But yeah, I'm really loving this layout. It's really cool. It seems like there's a lot more space around this area than some of the other layouts I've had. You don't have the waterfall, but you started in another game and have it, but not getting rid of the first walkthrough. Yeah, and there's no reason you need to. I mean, I don't know how many save files you can have, but I've got 3 right now. Because one of them I was playing offline to try things, and so I think I don't know if there's an endless amount or what, but I mean you might as well, right? Okay, so I don't know what we need to do now, so I can't remember. So let's go into town. We found his scarf, and that was the main thing there. You're not too far on the first one. Yeah, that happens. Like I said, I basically keep one for my playthrough that I'm doing, obviously on my YouTube channel. I mean, I haven't really played the other one very much that I had already done. Do I need to talk to you again? Oh, hello, Riley. What should I do? You should check with folk about town to see if they need any help. Okay. Well, I only saw one town folk, so somebody must be in their house. Yeah, all right, isn't it? I actually love it. Oh, you do, MJ? Well, you can always start a new game. Your chances of getting a layout that you like, I think, are pretty darn good. So I only saw one villager out, so one must be in the house. So let's go check out the houses that people are actually living in. We already met Poa. Let's see whose house this is. And to do that, you just walk up. Oh, Owen! We have Owen. I love Owen. Hey, Owen. Oh, wow. You're new here, right? That's pretty great. I'm Owen, by the way. Well, hi, Owen. I don't mind when I wake up as long as I get my full night's sleep. I am so the same way. Although, I'm not sure I ever get my full night's sleep. Like 100%. Oh, did you really, Aura? Oh my gosh. And you know what? When I play Animal Crossing, I have restarted countless times until I get a layout that I really, really like. So I'm not opposed to restarting layouts just to find the one I like at all. Hey, you, quick. What's your favorite insect? I'm just going to say the peacock butterfly. I don't know. A good solid choice. That was the first insect I ever caught, you know. No, I did not know that. Well, nobody is really asking for anything, so let's just go back now that we've met both people. I know, right, MJ? That is the tough part. But, you know, if you start over now, because we don't know how long it's going to take them to fix the connection issues. I mean, maybe it is a good time to start over so that you can get to that same point by the time they fix them, too. That's another thought. Not that you have to do that. Well, hello there, dearie. How was everyone? Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. Yep. Now, I've been chatting with Moss a little bit, and we were thinking, if you'd like it here and maybe want to stay a bit longer, how about we fix you up somewhere proper to live? Oh, yes, please. Wonderful. Now then, you may have seen them, but there are 2 houses in the village that haven't been lived in for a while, and well, could do with a bit of fixing up. We don't think it'll take much, so if you're interested, we could see about getting some resources together and turn one of them into a lovely new home for you. How does that sound? Great. Oh, how splendid. I spotted a bunch of branches and debris around the last time I was up there, so maybe it's best if we start by clearing all that mess up away first. Okay, so what platforms have the connection issues? You know what? They all do. every single one of them. I think it's mainly the consoles. I have not gone into my old game on Steam on PC to see if they do, but I think I did try it and I had a connection issue there too. I think it's just the full game release jacked it up, caused the issue. And I also think because it's cross-platform, then, I think that added to it. Oh yeah, you can do that, MJ. That would be a good idea because I know you have more than one Switch. That's an awesome idea. But of course, you'll probably have to buy the game again on there if you haven't already, right? Which the game is so cheap. I mean, really, it was a lot harder on my second Switch to buy the Animal Crossing game because it was a lot more expensive, right? But this one is not that bad. So I think it is now $20 again. I know they had at the game release, it was like $15.99 US. But I think it's gone back up to like $19.98 or something like that. But still, I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, not when I think Animal Crossing was like, what? $30 to $60? I can't even remember now. It's been so long. Speaking of Animal Crossing. Oh, you can. I did not know that. Okay, and you didn't have to buy a second one for your second Switch? You could just go in and download it? Well, that is huge. I don't know if any other game you can do that I play. I always thought you had to buy it. I did not know that. Oh, with the same profile. But see, my other Switch has a different profile. Because I had to do that for Animal Crossing to be able to get Animal Crossing and get a second island. Because Animal Crossing is a little different in that respect. So, I didn't know that. Anyway. Speaking of Animal Crossing, I was kind of toying with the idea of, oh, okay. Yeah, I thought so, Sherry. I thought that was true. At least I knew it was for Animal Crossing. In order to create a second island, you did have to buy the game 3 times, MJ. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, if you have the same profile, I guess, on your second Switch, which I'm not really sure why you would. I mean, that's kind of, to me, what the whole second Switch was for, was to be able to buy the same game and be able to, have a different island or whatever. But speaking of Animal Crossing, I was kind of toying with the idea of maybe starting a new island and having a live stream on that. Now, obviously, I was going to do a live stream next weekend because that is when my brother-in-law's funeral is going to be. I doubt I'll be able to do that. I might be able to on Sunday. We'll have to see how it goes and how I feel next weekend. But I was kind of toying about playing Animal Crossing again on a live stream and starting a new island. I had just barely started a new island. I didn't get very far. So I'm not as opposed to starting over again. I just think that would be kind of fun because I haven't played Animal Crossing in so long. Right, Ara. Yeah, right. You did have to do that. Sherry, it depends on if you want to have more than one island. When Animal Crossing first came out, I actually bought a second Switch, and I did buy the console because my eyes are not as young as they used to be. Excuse me. And I wanted to be able to have a second island because I wanted to be able to change, have one in northern hemisphere and one in the southern hemisphere, so I could kind of go back and forth on my islands. And now you don't even really need that on Animal Crossing. You think an Animal Crossing stream would be fun? I think you haven't played it in 3 months, MJ. I don't think I've played it better part of a year. There's so many other games that have come out since then that there's just only so much time. Hey, Hannah, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for joining us. So yeah, I'll have to see about next weekend. About doing an Crossing stream, and if it's not next weekend, we'll see. With my brother-in-law's funeral next weekend, yeah, I just don't know what that's going to look like yet. So we'll kind of play that by ear. Oh, you got the castle. Yeah, I started over, but I had gotten so far on my island that I had really decked it out. Made a lot of the castles, put shops in them. I did so many things on my old Animal Crossing island. And sometimes I just I'd get to that point and I'd get bored. And I just would kind of want to start over again. So I would. I restarted my island so many times. But having more than one Switch island, here's what was kind of handy is if you decided to restart your island, you could take all your most valuable things, what you considered valuable to you, like your bells, certain decorations that you just really, really wanted to start with, tools. You could take so many stuff. It took some time to do, depending on how much you were taking over there. But you could take it over to your other island and drop them off. And then once you started your new island, once you got to the point where you unlocked the airport and you could fly, you could go over there and pick everything up and just start a little bit easier. And that was kind of fun to do. Mainly because there were certain... the tools were a big benefit, obviously. But there was certain decoration stuff that I just really wanted to keep. So I would just take everything back over to my island and I'd have some stuff to start with, right? I played Animal Crossing New Leaf so many years ago, and I don't really remember it that well because really my favorite before New Horizons came out was City Folk. On the Wii. And you go, here's a little story for you. I've been playing Animal Crossing since the very first one that came out. My boys were very young, and I bought the game for all of us. They all had the correct console to play it on, and we played together, and we did that with every Animal Crossing. I played out every Animal Crossing, and we played every Animal Crossing together. And even though my boys are almost 26 and 23 now, when Animal Crossing New Horizons came out 2 years ago, almost 3 now, getting closer, my oldest son bought it for me. And my youngest son got it, and so did my oldest. And we did play together, but unfortunately, because they're older now, there is so many other games, and their life has become busier, obviously, and they both have jobs, and so they're into so many different ones. So, they lost interest pretty quickly, but I played for a better part of 2 years. Or a year and a half. After the 2.0 came out, and I played that for months and months. And then after that, and them saying no more new content and stuff like that, I was like, just kind of got bored with it. But then different games were coming out, like Hokko Life, and there's different games coming out that I couldn't wait to play. And so Animal Crossing, unfortunately, kind of went on the wayside at that point. Oh, your daughter had to help you. I mean, there are certain games that, I'm not going to lie. I use YouTube to find out different things, or there's some community groups on Facebook that I'll join, and people will help people out in there and stuff like that. So, No Pizza, No Glory. I love that name. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. I don't even know what to call you. For short, help me out there, bud. Because I'm not really sure, but I love that name. That is so cool. Oh, thanks, Aura. Yeah, my kids, because I've always been a gamer. So, yeah, I've always been a gamer for so long that my boys evidently became gamers pretty quickly, even when they were young. Of course, they played a lot of, younger kind of games. And, of course, Animal Crossing, is kind of a younger game. It's young and old. It's really all ages. It's a very wholesome game, so I didn't mind them playing that. I tried to make sure they played kind of wholesome games. Oh, MJ, you did. You bought your sister the light. Pizza! Thank you. That is so easier so I don't get tongue-tied when I say. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining. But yeah, Discord helps a lot too. Now that I have my own channel and stuff, and when games come out in early access and I'm trying them out for people and stuff like that, I have several games on Discord. Now, not all games have a Discord channel, but a lot of them do. But like Hokko Life, I keep up with the developer notes that they're doing and when updates are coming from Discord. My routine in the morning, even before, while I'm drinking my coffee, first thing I do is check Steam. I open up Steam and I go to my games to see if there's been any updates that are ready to download or have just downloaded. A lot of times they post news in there, so I check all my games in there for that. And then I go into Discord and I check the same games and I see what's up in there, if there's new bugs being fixed, if there's news about maybe the next update. That's my normal routine anymore. That's what I do every morning. Do you play it on Switch Pizza? That is also. Oh, and your Switch Lite. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's still some issues they're working through. The connections are the main thing, but overall, it's a great game. I love this game. You check Hokko server and Animal Crossing. Oh my gosh, I check Wildflowers. I check Disney Dreamlight Valley. I check Coral Island. Coral Island, I'm still waiting for controller support, and I just read yesterday on their Discord that's one of the things they're working on right now is controller support. Because I tell you what, I'm a controller gal, and I'm so lost playing that game with having to play the mouse and keyboard way. I'm not good at it. I'm not used to it. And I'm constantly hitting the wrong keys. Oh, and that makes sense, Sherry. I mean, why would you join a Discord channel if you don't have that need yet? But totally understand that. Once we hit maybe 500 subscribers on my channel, we're getting so close, you guys. Last count I saw was 411. Thank you all so much. Y'all have no idea how much you make me happy subscribing to my channel. And it really helps me out. I'm still small and still have a long way to go, but I'm enjoying it so much. But yeah, eventually I will be creating a Discord channel for my YouTube channel, so we can kind of hang out in there sometimes as well, and I can keep you up with stuff that's going on. Eventually, with live streams, I will be adding moderators. Once we get bigger, I think we still have a long way to go, so I'm in no rush with that. And so I will be trying to figure out who would be good moderators because I don't really know yet. Yeah, MJ, I get you. I'm a controller person, so it's I can still kind of get around on Coral Island pretty well, and I just haven't played it as much. I'm really kind of hanging out, waiting for the controller support. But it is coming. It is coming. I can play a little bit with my PlayStation 4 controller, which is what I play most games on PC with. And Steam does have a certain extent of controller that I can use on that, but not 100%. So until they get that in there, it's not going to be 100%. So you used to be a PC gamer, but with current electricity prices, Yeah, I know, pizza. I totally get that. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I have wanted to play Hokko Life on PC when it was in early access since it came out in 2021. But my old PC could not handle it. So I just got a gaming PC in May of this year, in mid May, and that's when I started my channel on YouTube. That is when I got Hokko Life for the first time when it was in early access, and that's when Hokko Life was the first game that I ever actually recorded and uploaded to my new channel. So, yeah, memories. There's some little bit of history for you. But yeah, I know. And my sons play a lot of PC games and stuff, and yeah, so they're used to the keyboard functionality and stuff, and I'm just not. I'm just not. You love your Switch for gaming in bed. I've never been one to do that. Number one, probably the main reason is because my husband goes to bed god awful early. He owns his own construction company, and he gets up with the birds, before the birds. His sleeping habits is he wakes up sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning, and he's up. And then he works all day, and that's a manual labor job. And then he comes home and he's exhausted. And a lot of times he'll go to bed anywhere between 6:30, 7:30, and he's out for the night until he wakes up at 4 in the morning again. That's kind of his routine. So he goes to bed so early. Yeah, I can't even play in bed. Oh, you work at 7. I get up at 6. Normally it depends on if I'm covering for somebody at work. And see, that's the other thing. I work full time, and I record in the evenings most of the time. I try to do more recordings on the weekends when I have more time, and kind of build them up a little bit so that I have some ready for the next week. Otherwise, it's too hard to record them and create the thumbnail and get them scheduled for the next day, which is basically what I do. That's also my nightly routine, and try to record games. So it's just, it's, yeah, it's kind of my whole thing is time and the lack thereof. Well, let's see where we're going here. So I spotted, a bunch of branches and debris around them last time I was up there, so maybe it's best if we start by clearing all that mess away first. Shadow, what are you doing, buddy? Shadow got his hair cut yesterday, for those of you who know about my sweet needy dog that likes to open and close my door when I'm recording. So he feels a little bit better because he got his hair cut. He's so pretty. Right. That is true, Pizza. Good point on the Switch. It is very easy to use. I was kind of wondering about the Steam Deck too. Does anybody have the Steam Deck? But see, the problem with the Steam Deck, I think, because it would allow you to play games on PC off of Steam. The problem I foresee is I don't know if there's a console version. And the difference for me when I'm trying to record games for my channel is you're getting stuck in my cord, Shadow. There you go, buddy. Don't play with my cords. What breed is Shadow? He's an all black Cocker Spaniel. He weighs about 40 pounds. Although he's lost a couple pounds because he's been sick. He has a major amount of health issues, and he has pretty much his entire life, poor thing. But right now he has a cyst on his leg that is inoperable because due to his health issues, they don't think he'll survive the surgery. So now we have to constantly quit. He licks on it, and then it breaks open, and then it gets infected, and then he just got off an antibiotic because of that happening last time. So I'm constantly telling him to quit licking on it. And he's mostly blind. He's all the way deaf. He can't hear anything. But he is the sweetest boy on the face of this earth. He is attached to me like glue. I get up, he gets up. I sit down, he'll lay back down. So He's like my needy boy. He's a sweetheart. He is gorgeous. He's very sweet. Um, yeah, MJ, I think you and I were talking to each other on the comments about ooblets. I'm so on the fence of that. I don't feel real drawn to it when I've watched other people play it. I'm just not sure. Oh, what games are you guys excited to come out in November? I really I think the biggest thing I was kind of looking forward to is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because I'm really kind of wanting to play that. You don't see the benefit of a Steam Deck. I mean, oh, it has worse battery life than the Switch. Yeah, I just don't know enough about it either, Pizza. And I don't know if you can get a console dock for it like the Switch has, so I can actually to stream. I would have to have that. And with a Switch, when you stream, I have to have a capture card, and it works differently. It's really a lot easier to stream off a PC. So yeah, I can't even imagine what a stream deck would be like. Did you get Pokemon Violet? Yeah, I'm undecided which one I want to get too. I have to look into both of those again to make a decision on which one I want to play. Is anybody else going to get Pokemon Violet or Scarlet? Let me know. So maybe it's best if we start clearing all that mess away first. Okay, Oma, I have just left you hanging. Can you go and speak to Moss and see if he has any ideas? You betcha. There's a good kid. Hey, don't call me kid. Oh, this is so exciting. See? She gets so excited about everything, and I love that. I get a kick out of it, actually. You might get both games. I might be tempted to. But I think I want to get one to start off with and kind of go from there. Yeah, both of my grown kids still play too. Oh, that's awesome, Sherry. You've never played Pokemon? Oh, I don't think we can be friends anymore. No, I'm kidding. I am so kidding, Aura. You've never been into the Pokemon games? This one's going to be a little different, Pizza, from what I've seen. I'm just going to stop that for a minute. This one's more open world, and it has more of a story mode to it. Most of the Pokemon games don't. It's like, go out, try to catch all the different Pokemons. You can level up. All the other Pokemon games, you can't customize your character or anything. Some of the earlier games you could only play as a guy and not even have a choice to play as a girl. That's evolved a little bit, but the customization of your character was not there. The new ones are going to have customization for your character. You can play as a guy or a girl. I think there's a little bit more of a storyline to it than the other Pokemon games. So I will be doing a playthrough on the one that I end up getting. So if you want to wait and kind of watch that, you're more than welcome to see if maybe that helps you decide if you want to get it or not. Or you can just, there's some game trailers out there. You can go look at them on YouTube and just maybe kind of look and see what that's going to be like. But I'm really liking the changes in this one. And I've played a lot of them, but not all of them. And, they were okay, but I got kind of bored with them because, awesome pizza. Yeah, I got kind of bored with them because it was all about just trying to catch all the different Pokemons. Well, I like that. That was like 100% of the game, I felt like. So I didn't really, I like more to it than that, I guess. So, yeah, so we'll just have to see. Okay, Moss, I'm here for you, buddy. Mossy? Oh, Riley, spoken to Oma, I take it. Yep. Yes. It shouldn't take much to fix up one of those houses, I'm sure. Debris? Oh, you're quite right. That mess needs to be taken care of. Tell you what, I know just the thing. I've got an old axe you could use to clear away those logs and branches. Here you go. head on over to one of the houses and get clearing. Then we can see about starting the renovation. All right. Let's see what's in the store just for fun. Little desk lamps. Just one flooring. Okay. Look at that. Look at that bread, you guys. Loaf of bread with a couple slices. That's cute. And a little cactus plant, looks like. Nice. Yeah, I like to check out the store. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Sherry, for your daughter to help you. I mean, my kids still have to help me on certain things. They don't play a lot of the games I play. I'm more into cozy games. I don't mind a little combat, but I am more into the cozy games. But, just on different things, they help me. So, I don't have a problem with that. To equip the axe you've just been given, first open your backpacks by pressing X. Here are the contents of your backpack. Select the X to equip it. Okay. You can also hide the equipment panel by pressing up. Okay. Got it. Already knew that, but got it. So we're going to clear a bunch of debris. Now we got to decide what house we want. Because there's only two choices. No Man's Sky for Switch? I did not know they had that. Did you? Remind me what that game is. Let me know what that game, because I've heard of it but can't remember. Yeah, you guys, there's one thing that really drew me into Hokko Life when I first started playing it is the graphics. The attention to detail. Like, just the shingles on top of the house and, just everything. The graphics on this game are amazing. And I think that's what made it so hard for a lot of people to be able to even play it on a PC when it was on early access. I know that was the problem for me. Why I couldn't play it when it first came out. Because I had an older PC. It really wasn't made for that. I didn't mean to be chopping a tree. I'm so sorry. But seriously, I mean, this game is just amazing with graphics. Let's go back over here and get that. The features in this game that they came out with at the very beginning of just walking over things to pick them up. A lot of games did not have that. You had to push that. Even Dinkum today, on PC, you have to hit A to pick them up. Does anybody else play Dinkum on PC? It's only out on PC right now in Steam Deck. It is still in early access, but they've already made a huge update not that long ago, which added so much stuff. For a first update, it went really well. There were no hiccups. It is such a fun game. It's one of my favorite games. MJ, you do awesome. Lost the other save game. Pizza, I just started a new one. I kind of had a poll at the very beginning of my live stream whether we wanted to continue my playthrough on this live stream or start a new game. And I kind of felt like it was going to be fun to start a new game just because there's so many people out there that aren't very far in their game. Or they're just starting it, and I get questions all the time on comments on my channel that I thought, maybe it would be good to just start a new playthrough. Not a playthrough. This isn't going to be a playthrough. This is just for the live stream. We're going to continue the other playthrough on my recordings and stuff, and probably in other live streams, but I just thought it might be kind of fun for a change to start a new one so people can kind of see how you do things. Like I said, some people are just still starting out and there are just so many questions about how to do certain things. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I can't wait till Dinkin comes to console as well. But that's going to be a long time since it really just released this year in early access. If it comes out next year on console, that's a possibility. I have not seen anything from the developer in their Discord about when it might come out on console. I think it's just way too early to talk about it. And like many games like Hokko Life and Stardew Valley, it is a one developer person. So it does take them a little bit longer to, let's see what the houses are. There's this one here and there's this one here. I don't know. Both are close to Sally's workshop. I kind of like this one because it's kind of out of the way. And it's close to town just to start out with. This one is pretty though because it has a waterfall behind it. So I'm kind of liking it for its ambiance maybe. So, MJ, I like it too. It really is one of my favorite games. The gameplay is amazing. I don't know if y'all have watched some of my recordings on Dinkum. The gameplay is amazing. The customizations and the designing ability is all so wonderful. So, was I supposed to talk to Oma or Moss? I don't remember. I like the waterfall one too. How did you get on, young'un? Now that you've cleared some space, I reckon we can maybe get started soon. Go have a chat with Oma and see what she says. Okay, I knew we talked to Oma, but I didn't know when. I didn't know the order. So yeah, so I apologize if it's a bit boring for you guys to see the game starting over again, but yeah, I just thought it would be kind of fun. Just for the stream. Hey there, Riley. How did you get on with those pesky logs? All gone. Oh, how wonderful. Well, then now we can get started with the renovation. Or, well, we could if we had the resources needed. You know, I've got an old donation box you could have. That way, we'll have somewhere to gather all the resources needed to rebuild the house. Oh, thank you, Aura. And you know, I don't know about you guys, but I think some of the dialogues they do, they need a period in between more than one sentence there. I kind of feel out of breath by the time I read some of these. That's just my own little feeling. But if you interact with the house you'd like to renovate, we can pop the donation box outside and start collecting donations for the house. Sounds good. Here you go. Just interact with the house you'd like to renovate and we can get started. All right, let's go. Which house would you guys choose? Let me know. You got a Keyron Q2 wired custom mechanical keyboard and did change the keycaps to AC and H keycaps. Oh, that is so cute. That has got to be adorable, MJ. Okay, which house would you guys pick? The one by the waterfall? I'm going to leave it up to you. Which one should I pick? Let me know. Okay, so again, we have this one we could choose. Or we have this one back here that we could choose. And, you know, I'm kind of wanting to just cut down this tree right here. I don't have a shovel yet, obviously, so we can't clear the stump. But at least we'd be able to see the house a little bit better. And I have a feeling we're going to need more wood at some point anyway. Like when we renovate the second house, which we're going to end up doing anyway. There, now we can see it better. Okay, which ones do you guys like? The one by the waterfall? Looks like we're going to get the one by the waterfall, which is kind of the one that I really liked. So, okay. We're going to interact with the house. We've dropped the donation box. It'll let you add resources to it. Okay. On the left, you can see the items in your backpack, right? On the right are all the items the box contains. You can see the renovation requirements here too. So we need 40 logs. We have 73. If I say to transfer 73 over, you guys, it's only going to take 40. We've just restored the house. Well, look at that. You did it. It doesn't even look like the same house. What a transformation. Not too shabby at all. You must be very excited, Riley. I think this calls for a bit of a celebration. Quite right. You've certainly earned it, Riley. Dinner is on me. Oh, well now. See you there. I think Moss is more excited about the dinner than, the house, but whatever. Whatever works for you. Now, for those of you who are starting out, the little pig you see over on the left of your screen is Rosa. I believe once we restore the second house, then she comes more into play. So right now she's kind of observing. Well, that stew really hit the spot. Might be your best yet, Oma. How kind of you, Moss. Food always tastes better than after a hard day's work, I say. Riley definitely worked hard today, and they've got a lovely new home to go back to as a result. Good job, Riley. Quite right. Good work today. It's made a big change to how the town looks, too. Sometimes all it takes is a little energy from a new face to make a little difference. Speaking of which, you must be tired from all that work. No doubt you'll want to get back and enjoy the first night in your new home. Oh, by the way, I dropped off a sleeping bag on my way here, too. Should make your night a little cozier, I hope. Thank you. You're very welcome, young'un. It's starting to get late. We should let you get some rest, Riley. Thanks again for your hard work today. Good night. I love the donation box too. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so we've got our new house. And we've got our sleeping bag. I don't know. Let's just go out and look around just a little bit. Shadow, quit licking your leg. I know it's tempting, but stop it. Stop it, little boy. And you got your paw on one of my cords again. Oh, good morning, Riley. Oh, I guess we didn't need to sleep. We just slept without realizing it. I hope you slept well. Yep. Excellent. After a little celebration last night, I started thinking, renovating the house made such a big difference to the town. Look at that scenery, you guys, behind the house. Is that not just beautiful? I thought there must be other things we can do to brighten it up around here. What do you say? Sounds great. You think so? Great stuff. Well, truth be told, I hadn't thought much after that. Oh, Moss. Yeah, you're funny. Perhaps the other villagers have some ideas for things they'd like to see in town. If you've got some time today, could you speak with them and find out for me? You betcha. Great. Thank you, Riley. Come by my shop when you're done. Alrighty. We will be there. How old is Shadow? Shadow's 13. He is 13. An interesting fact about Shadow. We got both of our Cocker Spaniels. We had a female Cocker Spaniel, and now we have Shadow, who's a male. And they both came from a breeder in Colorado, which is where my sister-in-law has a house. She has a house there and here. But at the time, she only had the one in Colorado. And she came up for Christmas one year, and she brought this new puppy. This puppy was called a party cocker. And she was very small, and because she was a puppy, obviously. But she was white with black spots, almost like a Dalmatian, but the spots were larger. And so she is known as a party cocker. Beautiful, beautiful dog. It's the cutest dog I think I'd ever seen. Well, we got to talking because we had lost Riley, my other dog, my namesake. And we were thinking about getting another dog, and we only had our German Shepherd at the time. And so we had my sister-in-law call the breeder, and they had one dog left. It was a female. It was the runt of the litter. And we wanted a female because our German Shepherd was male. So we put the plans in motion, and we ended up getting her. And my husband's oldest niece, who was in Colorado for Christmas, brought her home with her for us. So we actually got her on New Year's Day, is by the time she came home after Christmas. And that was Mocha. We lost Mocha this year. Mocha was a year older than Shadow, so she was 14. She got very ill. And this all happened a few weeks before I started my channel. We ended up having to have her put down because she got so ill. She had lost about 5.5 pounds in a month and a half. And we tried antibiotics. We tried all kinds of stuff. She had tumors in her ears. One kept rupturing. And she just got very, very ill. And she, we had her put down in early May. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. You have 2 cats, MJ. That's awesome. I've had 2 cats myself when I was single and a little bit into my marriage. So Shadow, the following year, we lost our German Shepherd after we got Mocha. And so he became ill. He had tumors and he ended up passing away. Well, we ended up having to have him put down. Losing pets is horrible. Like, it's horrible. Because for one thing, their life expectancy obviously isn't as long as ours. And so you feel like you just don't get them as long as you would like to, right? So anyway, Shadow was a year younger. He was actually Mocha's half brother. He had the same father, but a different mother a year later. So they were kind of related, sort of. They were kind of like half brother and sister, which was kind of cool. And so we wanted to get another male dog. And since we found out that Shadow was available, they sent me a picture by email. And of course, I was of one of the owners holding him. And he was all black. And he was a fluffy mess because he had never had a haircut. And he was about 3 months old. And he looked like a little black bear is what he looked like. Thank you so much, Ara. And so I contacted the breeder. Well, first I showed the picture to my boys. They were quite young back then. And they both came up with the name Shadow like simultaneously. And I thought that's a perfect name. And so I contacted the breeder and I said, yes, I wanted him. I talked to my husband. My husband happened to be in Colorado at my sister-in-law's at the time. So my husband got to get him from the breeder and bring him home. So, but yeah, he's had nothing but a world of health issues. Maybe not the first couple years, but it didn't take very long where he started having health issues. He was born with a heart murmur, which we did not know. Ellen, what's going on, bud? And since then, he's had back disc problems and all kinds of other stuff. It's so awesome what you did with that house. It's totally changed the vibe of the town. What's up? Requests? Oh, man, I have no idea about these things. Something like flower planter or 2, maybe? All right. That would be pretty sweet. Noted. Sweet. Okay, so we got flower planter. Yeah, when everything falls into place like that, I totally agree. It's just meant to be. And I believe that just about everything. MJ, your cats, yeah. They become more than fur babies, I feel like. They're your family. They become just like one of your kids. To a lot of extent. I was kind of trying to see if Poe was out. But I'm not seeing him unless he's down at the beach. And I keep wanting to sprint, and I haven't unlocked that yet. So, let's go see if Poe is in his house. I feel like I'm moving so slow because I can't sprint. Poe, are you in there? So, yeah, it was definitely meant to be. Oh, you are in here. Hey, Riley. I saw what you did with the house renovation. So great to have another creator in town. What are you up to? Anything I can assist with? Oh, do you have a request? Oh, let's see. I was reading a scientific paper yesterday, and they said that a good fence can have a really good effect on an area's wildlife. Oh, okay. Maybe that's something to try. All right. Great. A mini science test in my local town. How exciting. Well, you can call it what you want, Poa. I'm looking forward to studying the results. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. A science test. Yeah. Yeah. Our pets are just, they become so much more than just a pet. That is for sure. Quit licking on your foot. Do I have to put gauze around your leg? I will. I will if I have to, buddy. Don't tempt me. Stop it. Stop it. He thinks I don't hear him and see him, but he's right at my feet. So it's really kind of hard to miss. You're such a good boy, Shadow. Okay, so let's go talk to Moss. Shadow! Now he's getting annoyed with me because I keep telling him to stop. So now he's moving around. Don't get back there where my cords are. He went all the way behind my desk to get away from me, you guys. And all my cords are back there. Okay, good. He came back out. Don't ever do that. You're going to get, like, hurt back there. Oh, my gosh. Scare me to death. Oh, Riley, how'd you get on? All good. Great stuff. So they asked for a flower planter and fence in town, eh? That doesn't sound like it'd be much trouble. I don't have anything like that here. Maybe Sally can help out. Sally? Oh, that's right. I don't think you've met her yet. Sally is usually busy working away in her workshop on this and that. Why don't you swing by and see if she can help us out? All right. Wonderful. Thank you, Riley. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Oh, a little trampoline. I've never understood where I would put a cone, but that's a cute clock. Not like we have any money, so, I'm window shopping. Yep, they are precious. Every single one of them. They all have unique personalities. They all have their own personalities, and yeah, I took Shadow to get his haircut yesterday, and it just wore him out the rest of the day. And the person I take them to, I have a groomer in town that was a health tech, a vet health tech person for over 10 years. So she understands and empathizes and sympathizes with illnesses, and especially in older pets. And she is so wonderful. I'm so blessed to have found her. And I found her on Facebook in our community group. I found her that way. And she has been a godsend. She messaged me when I told her that we had to put Mocha down in May. She messaged me and told me how sorry she was. And when I took Shadow in yesterday to get groomed, because his... I told her I was worried about when they bathed him to get, try to keep water away from his cyst so it wouldn't soften it, kind of. And so she ended up putting a plastic bag around that area of his legs. So she said so it's unwashed there, but at least we tried to keep the water away from it. But she totally agreed with that, to do that. So she's very well aware of all his health problems and stuff. So she's just awesome. I couldn't have asked for a better groomer. Oh, hey, you must be, wait, don't tell me. Riley, right? Right. Great. Hey, I'm Sally. So nice to meet you. Welcome to my little wooden home. Or, well, my workshop, I guess. Ha 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 ha. How are you? Anything I can help with? Requests? Oh, how fun. You're after a flower planter and a fence, are you? Shouldn't be hard to put them together, I reckon. I'm gonna need some resources, though. Let's see. For the flower planter, I'll need wooden logs 6, we have. Yellow petals 2, we can get easy enough. And let's see, for the fence, I'll need wooden log 4. So that's 10 wooden logs. We've got that. That should do it. I think you can find all those outside somewhere. Come back when you've gathered everything and we can get the fun part over with. All right. I made that up. Making stuff. You can view what resources are needed to craft an item in your backpack. Let's open it now. Okay. Now you have access to the crafting tab. Okay. On the right, you can see all the resources needed to craft this item. Close your backpack when you're ready to continue. All right. Thank you. So I went through that kind of fast, but it says the same thing for everybody. So, yeah, a good groomer is amazing. Here, I had taken both my dogs most of their life to PetSmart, and I know I've heard horror stories about PetSmart grooming, but the people that I always had groom them were amazing. Like, I never had any problem with them. Well, I started getting other groomers, and here's the thing. They would refuse at the time of the appointment. I'd go through the trouble of taking both of them in. I always took them both in at the same time. And they would refuse to groom them because their ears were bad. Because Cocker Spaniels, it's just part of their genetics. They have bad ears. They get ear infections a lot. You have to put drops, medicine in their ears and stuff, which we always did. They absolutely refused them. Well, after about the second time, I tried a new place. And I explained all that to them. And they're like, oh, no problem. We can work with that, blah, blah, blah. I took them there once. On the second time, they refused to groom them because of their ears. I even had our vet check them out, and they said no. I said, can you not it was all because of the washing, which I get, but I'm like, you can't wash them from the neck down and not get their ears wet? They're like, no, we can't do that. Okay, I found that hard to believe. So I found the community group on Facebook, and I asked the question in there. Well, the groomer that I'm with now, that is absolutely fantastic, said that's absurd. Of course you can wash them neck down. That is very easy to do. And nobody should turn you away just because of ear problems. So she said, you come, you message me, and we'll set up a time for you. And by that time, they were so overdue on their hair appointment. Their hair was getting matted and everything else. I was about in tears, and I was about at my wit's end. So she said, message me, and I'll get you in as quick as I can. And of course, I can only take them in on the weekends because most places are closed by the time I get home from work during the week. So we talked on Facebook Messenger. We set up a time. It was going to be a couple weeks still, but that was as soon as she could get me in. And we set up a time and a day and everything. I took them in there. We met each other in person. We talked about their ears. She kind of looked at them while we were there before I left. She was telling me she was a vet tech for 10 years, so she understands all that, and she has no problem working with people and their dogs' health issues. And she said, the sad thing is a lot of groomers nowadays don't want to deal with it. They don't have the vet tech experience. They don't have the knowledge. So I can get that, but just tell me that, from the get-go. Our two dogs have had ear problems all their lives because that's a Cocker trait. So it's not like that was just a brand new thing for PetSmart. They've known about that for years. So anyway, I digress. So I felt so at ease with her after talking with her. And here's another thing that a lot of groomers do. They will say, okay, your dog's appointment's at 11 o'clock. Bring him in by 11. They sit in a cage for sometimes better part of an hour because they overbook. A lot of groomers overbook. PetSmart does, and the other groomer, the second groomer I tried that I took them to, did the same thing. This groomer that I go to now, she told me that, and she said, I don't overbook. I allow enough time in between my appointments. It's not that I don't need the business. It's not that I don't need the money, but I think it's very unfair for people to overbook and make a pet sit in a cage. And being that my dogs were older at that point, I appreciated that. I hated that about the other groomers I took them to. So I was like, that was another point that I was like, I love you. Like, I totally love you, you know? So that was another reason why I just thought she was like the best thing ever. And she still does that today. She does have more groomers now, although she did personally take care of my dogs yesterday. She is wonderful. I would recommend her that live in this town or anywhere close to this town. I would recommend her in a heartbeat. Your dog is terrified of groomers. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? That should be a big. Somebody did something to that dog. Obviously, a groomer did something to that dog that made their dog so scared. Yeah, you said it was cruel to her. So now she or he is probably terrified to go to anybody else because she thinks they're all going to be like that because they don't know any different. You have a feral cat, Jean? Oh, that is so cool. My oldest son works at a Lowe's. A Lowe's, in case you don't have them, it's a hardware store. It's a big hardware store chain. He works in the paint department, but at the time he was working at customer service. But in their home and garden area, there was a mom cat and like a kitten that just lived there in their home and garden area. They lived up in like the shelves and stuff. Well, the mom cat got killed by their forklift by accident. It was totally an accident. So then they just had this kitten, scared, trying to figure out how to get food. So my son took 2 hours on the job, climbed up, took the forklift and climbed up on shelves to try to get this rescued cat. It took him 2 hours, and a help with his roommate came up, brought his cat carrying cage because he has a cat, and another employee, and they finally got her. They didn't know if it was a her or a him at the time, but it is a her. My son has had the kitten now for about 4 or 5 months, maybe 4 or 5 months, maybe. And they figured out the kitten was about maybe 5 months old. I went with him to the first vet visit, and they gave him the all the first time shots and all that kind of stuff, and checked the weight and made a record and all that kind of stuff, and found out it was a female. So my son named her Patches and still has her, and it was one of the best things that happened to him because he's kind of a loner guy, and she is so much company when his roommate's not home, and his roommate has a cat, and it didn't take long for them to get along at all. So that is like amazing. And oh, did you really, Sherry? That is so funny. Well, he has a specific reason off of a game why he named her Patches, but she's so sweet. She's just a doll baby. Right. Yeah, no groomer should tell you they can't groom your dog, due to a health issue, because if that's the case, you don't want that groomer anymore. Like, seriously. And that is so cool, Jean. That is absolutely awesome. But yeah, so my son was kind of the same way. Patches is just, she's very photogenic, and she likes to pose for the camera. Like if I put my phone up and I go and I just like that to her, she'll just look right up at the camera. She's such a ham. She's such a little ham. But she's so cute. I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, we need to pick a couple flowers. I forgot what I was doing. So we want to pick a couple yellow petals, which is easy enough to do. And then we're going to go see Sally again. Yeah, my son is a sweetheart. Of course, both my kids are animal lovers because we've always had a dog all their lives. At least 1 to 2 dogs at a time, usually. And they were really, really little when we had our 2 cats. My 2 cats were already really old when I got married, so. You found her in the closet. Her mom had passed away and she was left. Oh, that's so sad. That's kind of like Patches. We think that was her mom that got hit by the forklift and got killed. Oh, just so sad. How are you getting on? Got it all. Super nice. Okay. Let's get making. Oh, you know what? What? Why don't you have a go at crafting them? All right. You look like someone who knows their way. Sure. That's the spirit. See that work area just in front of the stove? That's where you can craft things. Oh my gosh, Shadow, come on in. Hi, Joe Buddy. Hi, Joe Buddy. Are you back? Did you go get water? Because I just got my finger wet when I petted you. That's where you can craft things. You can turn resources into other resources. Not only that, but you can craft items as well. Pretty amazing, eh? Yup. Woo! Okay. Give it a go. I forgot what we're making. Oh yeah, fences. Here are all the crafting recipes you have available to craft one. First, select it. You can select how many you want to. Was I supposed to do a 1 or 2? Guys, I don't even remember. Well, we can only do 1, so we'll do 1. I was gonna say we only have enough petals for 1. Oh, that's happy. That makes me happy to hear, Jean, because that's kind of what Patches was in a sense, and yeah, I'm so happy for my son. It like I said, she's really one of the best things that ever happened to him. I think we're only supposed to craft 2. Okay, wow, look at you go. That's a pretty fine looking flower planter. This can't be your first attempt at a fence either, surely. It looks so good. Oh, I'm sure Moss will be delighted. Oh, tell him I say hi too, yeah? Will do. Thank you. Okay. So we're not getting as much done on the stream that I hoped because I am going to have to stop pretty soon, you guys. I do have a couple errands to run. I was hoping to go maybe even 3 hours, but finding out my brother-in-law passed away this morning has kind of changed things a little bit as well. But I do have a couple errands to run this afternoon as well. So we probably will be ending here shortly. There'll be more in the future though. I'm getting the hang of it a lot more. The first time went off really well that I live streamed. The second time kind of had some technical difficulties, but I figured out what they were. And now I'm a little bit more confident on setting up and scheduling the streams and going live when it's time. So it's so much easier than I was thinking it was. I was overthinking it, I think. So yeah, much easier to do now. I feel more comfortable. Well, that's really something. Sally doesn't usually let others touch her tools. She must have taken a liking to you, youngin'. Oh, you're so comical, Moss. Well then, let's get those lovely creations placed out somewhere in town. I trust you can find a good spot for them. Leave it to me. Great stuff. Let me know when you're done. Okay, will do. Yeah, I had only planned to probably stream a couple hours this time anyway, just because of my errands and stuff. But okay, open your backpack. Find your planter box. This is pretty easy to do. I wish they'd let him move a little bit closer. To the edge of stuff, but I do like how they have the red line that hits. Yeah, we did that already. Okay, could you move? Oh, see what you made me do? Why does this say hit the... Oh. No, that's not what I want to do. Okay, could you just move out of the way? I can't see what I'm doing. Why are you still up there? Okay. Maybe you'll leave eventually. Sometimes the tutorial page gets stuck. I think that's as far as it'll let me go. I always kind of inch over a little bit with my right joystick just to make sure. Oh, now you finally leave. Thank you. Now I can see what I'm doing. I appreciate that. You know, I will say to place things is so easy in this game. And the gameplay, I have to say, is really well done. Okay, let's go talk to Moss. Excuse me. I appreciate you guys so much for joining me today. I've had so much fun with you guys. And I'm so sorry about the beginning of this stream when things kind of went awry in real life. How'd you get on? Placed? Splendid. I'm certain they've helped liven up the town more than a little bit. I was thinking, with the improvements we're doing to the town, we're soon going to run out of space. And I'm sure you'll soon start running out of resources too if you continue crafting things. You might have seen, but there's quite a bit of space on the other side of the river. It's not that wide, and I'm pretty sure if you ask Sally nicely, she might help us sort out some kind of a bridge. What do you say? Let's do it. Oh, by the way, Oma wanted to speak to you about something. Go and have a chat with her when you have time. He just is always cracking himself up. I just think it's so funny. Well, I am kind of an apologizer of sorts. I do feel bad. I'm also a worrier, so just so you know, I worry about everything. And I know that's not good for me, but I can't, kind of stop myself. It's just the way I am. Oh, Riley, if you've got a few minutes, I thought I'd tell you about something I'm pretty sure you're going to like. Okay. I thought it would be nice to reward you for some of the work you're doing improving the town, so I came up with an idea. I'm calling them mayor merits, but basically they're rewards you can unlock by doing small jobs around the town. When you plant trees or whatever, you'll make the progress toward a merit and a reward. You'll find a new tab in your backpack where all the merits are listed, so you can see how close you are to completing one. See, that is a very long sentence. I had to take a breath in between. I know, I am seriously that way myself. If they put a period somewhere, it would be a little bit better. Some mayor merits are pretty great, even if I do say so myself. So keep an eye out on that page. Will do. Great. Take a look and see if you're close to completing one of them. Okay. Have a lovely day, Riley. Thank you. And of course, the top right corner, we can see we've unlocked a mayor merit. So we're just going to go. If you just go in your backpack, it goes there if you've unlocked one. So welcome to Mayor Merits page. Here you can see all the merits you can unlock and your progress towards each of them. So we've unlocked the house plant, which is the first thing that you can, get. Once you complete a merit, you'll get a notification. Check this page for information on what merit you have unlocked and your reward. Woo, okay. All right, so we're getting out of there. You're a worry person too? I know. Overthinking. That's why I have such a hard time going to sleep at night, because my mind won't shut off. I'm thinking about stuff. I'm worrying about stuff. That's like today I've got on my mind, not only about my brother-in-law now. My youngest son is at an cosplay convention. He's been there all weekend in Omaha, which is it's not too far, I don't think, from here. It is a few hour drive. He's there with some friends, and he'll be driving back today, so he probably won't get in till tonight. But of course I will worry about him until I hear the garage door open and I know he's home. It's just the way they are. The way I am. And they know when they do stuff like that I will message them. I'll probably message him here in just a little bit and say, because he'll probably be leaving. I know the convention's probably going on still today for a few hours. So I'll probably be messaging him here shortly after the stream and say, be careful driving home. Be safe. Let me know if anything comes up. And he knows that I'm going to worry about him until he gets here. I know, Aura, me too. My brain won't shut up either. So welcome back. I'll bet Mouse loved those items you built for him. What are we building today? A bridge. A bridge? Well, okay. That's definitely not what I was expecting. A bridge, huh? Well, for starters, we're going to need a bunch of wooden planks. Reckon you could help me out with that? Yeah. Great. We've unlocked wooden planks. Here's a crafting recipe for wooden planks. About 10 should do it, I think. While you're sorting that out, I'll get to work on a design. Okay. So we're going to go over here. And we're going to create as many as we can. 9. We're going to have to get some more wood. That's okay. We only need 1 more plank, so we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so let's get out our axe and let's just cut down a tree. Because that's probably all we're going to need, really. Hi, Paul. I see you standing there. I see you standing there. So is this a good time for everybody on a Sunday? Because if it is, I probably will live stream most Sundays at this time. I hope that worked out well for you all. It's easier for me because it's 11 o'clock my time, and that's kind of before nap time and possibly before my football game starts that I watch, at least during football season. Okay, perfect. How's it going, teammate? Looks like you got all the wood we need. Super. I threw together a quick design for a bridge that I think will work. Do you want to have a go making it? A bit of a big project for your first build, but I know you're up to the task. Okay. Awesome. See the design table just there with all the drawings of paper on it? That's where you can turn designs into real objects. Interact with it to get started. Will do. Okay. So we want to choose an existing design, select the bridge, and build. Whoa, I told you could do it. That bridge is going to do a great job of getting us over that pesky river, I'm sure. Now all that's left is to find a good place for it. I'll leave that in your capable hands, teammate. Count on me. Oh, that's perfect, you guys. Well, that's a good... We have a date. It may not be every Sunday. I will try to do most Sundays. Like I said, next Sunday is going to be kind of iffy. Just because of my brother-in-law's funeral being Friday night's the visitation and Saturday's the funeral. So it just depends on how I feel. You'll probably know by Saturday night because I'll probably, if I'm going to live stream Saturday or Sunday, I will put up the stream notification like I did this one. So you'll know for sure. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, where do we want to place the bridge? Because, you know, we got the waterfall here. That's kind of limiting. There's not a lot of space here, really, to put it. I don't want it too close to my house, though. You know what I mean? We could put it over here. Because there's really not a lot over here, right? Want to move it over a little bit, maybe? Will it let us? Is it too close? Oh, no, we could put it kind of right there. So we have room on the river on both sides. You know, I don't want to take up all the river on the right side. Let's try it there, because you know what? The lovely thing about this game is you can move it whenever you want. One of the hugest things about this game, I think, is your capability, maybe not for houses right off the bat, but to move other items around is like instant. It's instant. And to unlock, to be able to move houses isn't that far into Mayor Merits. Like that, I felt like that came pretty fast when you're unlocking Mayor Merits. So, I mean, this is just the coolest thing ever. Now, in looking at this, and this just could be me being anal, the bridge on the other side is just like barely on the other side. So we may have to move it just a little bit. I'm kind of anal about that kind of stuff. Probably not as much of some other people, but I am anal to a certain extent. Whoa, what a magnificent bridge. Well done, Riley and Sally. You truly outdone yourself. My teammate Riley did all the work, really. I just gave them the design. Oh, our little town is growing up. It brings a tear to my eye to seeing the lovely things you've been doing for us, Riley. Aw, Ma. Don't make me cry, because I really can really easily right now. You know, I'm sure there are other folks out there who would love to come live with us here. In fact, I'm certain one or two visitors at my inn mentioned they'd be interested in moving. Hmm. Sadly, we don't have any houses for them to move into, though. Ah, but we do. With a little bit of work, Riley here can put enough resources to renovate one house. I'm sure if we ask nicely, they'll help us with the second one. Of course. See, I told you, Moss. It's like nanner nanner. Seriously, though, that would be wonderful of you, my dear. Here's another donation box. Do what you did last time and interact with the house to place it outside. Then we can fill the donation box with resources, and in no time, we'll have a delightful new home for a new villager to move into. How exciting! I'll fix it. All right, you guys. All right. Okay, so let's pick that up. And just kind of move it over a tad. Why aren't you letting me put it wherever I want? What is your deal? What is your deal? You have to have it out this way a little bit more. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, that's kind of irritating. Okay, we'll worry about that later and we'll move it later. You're not going to let me put it there now? Make up your mind. Okay, we'll just do that for now. So, yeah, see how it's not even... You guys, it's not going to work there. I can't take it. Okay, I can't take it there. We're going to have to move it over this way and see if we can get it to fit better because I can't handle that. I think part of the problem is there's not much of a lip on either side. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. Well... Oh, and excuse me, buddy, but you're kind of in my way. Bridge, could you follow me? You're not really following me very well. Yeah, this is. I think it's the curve. You guys, I think it's the curve that's causing the problem. Okay, so maybe we don't like this design, this layout anymore. Yeah, it's really not fitting very well. What is the deal there? You lost your brother-in-law in January. I'm so sorry, MJ. You know, it's never easy. Yeah, it's just being really cantankerous with this bridge, you guys. I'm not liking... Well, I wonder if we have to move it across here. Is this going to work better? I kind of didn't want it here. But is this going to work better? Have you guys had this happen where it just didn't even fit all the way across? Okay, that's a little bit better. I can live with that. I don't think any fish are going to come up that close to the waterfall anyway, so maybe that is a better place. That was just a big one. That was like, what the heck? I know we're going to need more room or wood for the decoration or the donation box. Oh my gosh, I can't talk now. But we'll just get what little wood we can. Yeah, there's not much room over on this side, down on this level, as I was hoping. But there's a lot of room on the other side and on the upper level too. And I can't get that wood now. Oh my gosh. Okay. And I can't even get those two pieces of wood up there, can I? Oh, I got one. Yeah, I can't get the other one. That's all right. I'm afraid if I cut that tree, it's going to end up with the wood up on the upper level. Okay, there's a little bit more room than what I thought. Not like extremely, but a little bit more than what I thought. Okay, let's see how many logs we have. We need 40 and we only have 25, so we're going to have to keep going. Oop. some more wood there. Now we have 35. We only need 5 more wood. We may have to cut that tree. Oh, there's some other trees over here we can cut. Yeah, that bridge at least is in a little better, it's laying a little bit better than it did on that other side. Which is kind of a bummer if we want to even make another bridge eventually. Like, where would we put it? Because it didn't really fit on the other side very well. I've never had a layout so far in a Hokko life do that. Okay, we got 47 now. So let's go over to the other house that we need to renovate. And let's just put our wood in there. And we did it! Woohoo! Well, won't you just look at that? Another house beautifully restored. I must say you really made a big difference since arriving here, Riley. It makes me smile to see how much our little town is growing. Oh, I wonder who's going to be our first lucky new resident. How exciting! This calls for a celebration, I think. They like to celebrate everything, right? Everybody, I'm very happy to announce the renovation of our second home is complete. I always get Benny in for my next person. Isn't that funny? All thanks to the wonderful Riley here. Another great job done, Riley. The town feels very different now that those old buildings have been replaced, I must say. Did you just say you renovated a new house? Oh, yes. Riley here helped us renovate a house. Our little town is growing. I don't suppose you have someone in mind for the new home. Now that you mention it, we don't actually. Haha. Oh, are you interested, Benny? I know you've been talking about moving for a while now. I'm not sure. Haha. Weren't you just saying how much you were fed up with your old job? Well, yeah, but packing everything up and moving away is a big change. That's true, but it doesn't have to be. Maybe I'm biased, but I think you should definitely move here. Riley, you moved in recently. What do you think? Do it. Haha. Well then. You know what? Oh no, MJ, I'm so sorry. See, it's so hit and miss. I'm so sorry for you. I know you've really been wanting to so much. You know what? I'll do it. Tomorrow I'm going to hand in my resignation. Yay! It won't take me that long to pack either. Well, that settles it then. You won't regret it, Benny. And now that we have Riley here, we're helping out around town, I'm sure it's just going to keep getting better and better. Oh, how exciting. You'll love it here, Benny. I think another big thank you is in order. Thank you, Riley, for renovating the house and providing a home for our newest resident, Benny. Yes, thank you, Riley. Good job, Riley. You must be exhausted after all that work. A little. Maybe we should call it a night there. Aye, besides, we need our energy to help Benny move in tomorrow. Oh, really? You don't have to. I can manage myself, you know. Nonsense. With a little bit of help, the task will be done in no time. Okay, well, if you don't mind, we'd love to help you move into your new home. Now I think it's time for us all to get a good night's rest before the big day tomorrow. All right. Okay, you guys, it looks like we slept till morning again, which kind of happens automatically during the tutorial. I won't do that continually. I think we're going to end the live stream here. Next time, hopefully, we'll probably go another hour. I don't mind going 3 hours. I think we pretty much did on the first and second, or pretty close to it on the second one, and I don't have a problem with that at all. Today I just have some other stuff I've got to do. So you have a great day also, Sherry, as well as everybody. I'm kind of toying with the idea, since we started this one. This might be our live stream playthrough, just for a little bit. You know, not like forever. obviously. And I do still want to live stream a new island on Animal Crossing, but I'm kind of thinking for fun, maybe for the first next couple live streams, and we might just continue this, right? I think it might end up helping people who are just getting started or they're running into problems or they have questions. So maybe we'll do this just for a little bit and just kind of see how that goes. And yeah, they will fix it someday, MJ. Hopefully sooner than later, but I feel bad for you. I do. Um, so yeah, let's do that for just a little bit and just kind of see how that goes. Because I'm kind of liking our new place, right? I'm kind of liking our new layout. I'm kind of liking how we're just going through the tutorial right now, but we're almost done with the tutorial. And like I said, maybe this will help some people. So I'm all for helping people. That's just kind of how I am. And maybe more will join us in the live streams coming up. And they can ask questions and stuff. And we can, I can kind of help them. You guys can pitch in some answers for them. I know you guys are wonderful people. And I appreciate you all joining my live stream. And I had so much fun today with you guys. Even though it started off with some bad news, I did still really enjoy myself. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. And I will see you soon.